6 p.m., July 21st, 2026. We'll call the monthly board meeting of Lakeview Fire District to order. Let's stand for the pledge, or excuse me, the prayer and pledge. So we'll pray first. Sorry. Lord, thank you for all that you do for us and you give us and allow us to do in your name, Lord. As we go out through this meeting, may we do business for you, spread your concerns and for Christian-like attitudes and faith through the community, and serve this community well, and be stewards of your money that you've allowed to come into the fire department, and watch over the firefighters this month as we go out to the end of July and the rest of the year, Lord. In your name we pray. Amen.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
All right. I'm going to reverse this on the order of the board meetings. They've got pledge and prayer that needs to be reversed, in my
Is there a
opinion.
roll call vote at moving forward? Is that what you want?
No, just, it says pledge and
I see
prayer.
what
I'd
you're
rather
saying.
pray first to our Lord
I'll
and Savior. So-
fix it moving
Okay,
forward.
thank you. All right, we'll do roll call. We got Doug,
Present.
Don,
Here.
Mike,
Here.
Daniel, Paul,
Here.
and myself, Brandon. I'm here, and Miss Sonia is absent due to a family emergency. So, all right. Reading of the previous minutes.
Okay, Lakeview Fire Protection District monthly board meeting for 6/16/26. Meeting called to order by Paul Quick at 6:02. Pledge and prayer by Doug. Roll call present, Sonia, Doug, Daniel, Mike, Paul, and Don. Absent Brandon Jones. Prior minutes, May minutes read by Sonia Whitaker. Motion to approve by Daniel Griffin, second by Doug Lou. Approved by all. Treasurer's report, Doug reviewed the financial dashboard for May. Motion to approve by Paul Quick, second by Mike Fisher, approved by all. Chief's report, May report read by Chief Doyle. Emergency runs 115, Lakeview 99, Abernathy 16. Year-to-date Lakeview 438, year-to-date Abernathy 61. Year-to-date total calls 499. Training, one member is currently in fire instructor 2 class. No truck maintenance to report, no payment received from fire recovery, but 10 active runs submitted. Chief Doyle and the shift personnel temporarily patched the hole in the concrete pad downstairs due to the size of it. Working on submitting for Tom Bigby grant for this year. Committee reports none, communications none. Whole business, Daniel Griffin suggested the department needs to explore options needed to bring web hosting up to date and functioning. Chief Doyle advised the cost to repair the cat blocks is $1,300. We will pay $800, and the person who damaged it will pay $500. New business. Daniel made a motion to go into executive session at 6:17 for a personnel-related issue, approved by Doug. Seconded by Doug. Approved by all. Daniel made a motion to return to regular session at 6:33, seconded by Mike, approved by all. Meeting called back to order at 6:34. Daniel made a motion to accept the resignation of Catherine Armstrong that was presented to the board effective immediately. Don Dotson seconded the motion and it was approved by all. Daniel made a motion for attorney to draft a letter to Catherine Armstrong demanding all physical or digital material, login information related to the Lakeview Fire District be returned on or before June 30th, 2026, or a legal option would be requested. Motion was seconded by Mike Fisher, approved by all. Motion to adjourn by Daniel, seconded by Mike, approved by all. Meeting adjourned at 6:37. Next meeting is 7/21.
Is that cat block, is the cat block backwards? I thought he was paying 800 and we were paying 500.
We're 800, he was 500. Cause we're getting the damage across the whole extension of the wall fixed, that's why it's 800 on us. And we're getting the cap block put back on the top.
Makes sense.
Just the end of it that he damaged was 500, we're
Okay.
gonna carry.
That makes sense.
Which he paid recently, correct, Quentin?
Yes.
He did that.
Yeah, he paid it, or he paid his 500.
Motion to approve minutes with the minor typographical corrections.
Second.
Okay, got a motion and a second on the floor, any other discussion? All to approve? Any opposed? Motion passed. All right, treasurer's reports?
Checking account, we began the month with 10,234.25, we ended with 28,270.36. Savings, we began the month with $40,087.52, and we ended with $23,135.84. The reason for that difference is the first note down at the bottom. We transferred $16,956 to checking account in June, and the reason was the grant for the,
Instructor driver.
yeah, what he said. It's a reimbursement grant. And as soon as we get reimbursed, that will go back into the second account. We just have it available to check. Our total revenue for the month is $25,446.02. Some of the business stuff starting to come in, and our total expenses for the month are $24,365.91.
Has that check been written to the company for the extractor? That amount? We just
That's
waiting.
why we haven't transferred the money to.
Yeah, if you look in the month of May under new equipment, you can see the 16.
Now it's just a matter of,
Yeah, I see.
matter of how many times FEMA's gonna shut down before they're out the reimbursement check.
True. Lord. It's like every other day, it seems like. Have a motion to accept,
Make a motion to accept the treasurer's report, bid.
Second.
that was Don, second. All in favor? Any opposed? Motion passed. All right, chiefs reports.
We had 118 calls for the month, 113 in Lakeview, 5 in Abernathy. Year-to-date total 617. Still finalizing schedule for upcoming classes. We're gonna try to host a couple. We're just trying to figure out dates. Truck maintenance under report. Fire recovery still none received. We got 12 active runs now. They don't reflect on this one. They actually just collected a payment for one a couple days ago, but that'll come in August, so it don't reflect yet. Then the Tom Bigby grants submitted for this year, and I submitted a grant request form for Viking gear to the Cats. I'm waiting on them to send out the links for it. It's something new they're doing through the power company that Cats has with Viking gear. You can fill out the request form, they send you another link to fill out, and apparently the power company's got X amount of dollars to spend, and they're buying gear for people. Also,
What's the Tom Bigby grant submitted? We got
Turnout gear.
Turnout gear.
yeah, we're getting close to that time again for a lot of them. Yeah, it's not on this report, but it's also worth mentioning. In 2 of the fire recovery bills that I just put in recently, we've got damaged equipment on also. So I had to get quotes and attach to those bills to bill those individuals for the damaged equipment. We had a pair of bunker pants, a pair of gloves, and then we had 2 sections of hose and a nozzle between the 2 hazmat costs that we had.
All right. Hopefully we'll get that reimbursement soon. Any other questions from the chief? Thank you, sir. into any committee reports. Any committees? All right, any communications? What's
I guess it'll be under this.
That's why I don't know what I need to bring it up.
I don't think we're on the same thing. Tyler Doyle, through a lot of hard work and aggravation, was able to get us back into our website on July the 9th. As of right now, it's mostly up to date. Still got a few things left to do, but we're actively working on it. And then as of yesterday, we had one last hurdle to go through, and we have complete and total control over it. No former people have any access whatsoever.
All right. Anything else?
I don't know what it is to get brought up under. We need to start, I guess sometime mid-August, probably before the next meeting or around the next meeting, we need to start figuring out dates for budget night.
Yeah, we can put that under, we'll talk about that a little bit in new business here in a few minutes.
Yeah, 'cause we need to, you said budget, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, 'cause we need to have something built pretty concrete by the June.
I figured we meet.
September meeting, so we have it for the October.
Yeah, that's why I said figured we'd start in August, finalize something in September.
I guess we're just got everything in committee reports. Martha and I have talked, and I think she was gonna talk to you, Brandon, but we are gonna try to set a meeting with Leanne at the county, just so we can see where we stand with them, so we can move forward that relationship.
That's perfectly fine. I've been in contact with her, to let her know where we're at. She said just let her know and she'll open up her schedule best she can.
Would you need or want to be involved in that, or are you okay, just be Martha, or?
Needs to be Tyler too.
Well, and, yeah, I guess who needs to be involved, I guess would be the question.
I'll create an email chain. Well, I'll get in there and see what day is best. That's probably the easiest thing to do. Maybe she can, it might be best if we go down there and see her since.
I was gonna say, it's probably better to go there,
Yeah.
because they're probably gonna have mapping questions and all that, and we can just show them on their system.
Yeah. Okay. We'll figure it out here next a little bit. All right, old business has, some more options of the website. Yeah, you had something.
I have two.
Go ahead.
First off, I've got the meets and bounds for the properties that wanted to be annexed in. I do not know if those were actually necessary, as the legal description doesn't include meets and bounds, as they're a subdivided community, but I do have the meets and bounds for that, so that they can be annexed.
Did we ever get what we needed from the property, the guy that actually joined us right now?
I'm supposed to go get that here shortly myself, because apparently nobody else will get around to doing it. But I think we may actually have contiguous, we might be contiguous to a corner of that property anyway. So, but I don't know if the meets and bounds were actually necessary, because of the source of who told me that they were necessary. But I do have them if we need them now.
Thank you.
Yeah, I
And
think
then,
the main thing on that is, just to make sure that the legal description meets our boundary lines and how it
Yeah,
lines
because
up.
the legal description is now technically, you still have meets and bounds obviously in the real detail, but it's also block and sector now, because it's just like it is in Lakeview. Second thing is just a question for me is, where are we in thinking about, starting to move forward with, annexing Abernathy? In terms of starting to put the groundwork down for that.
Now that we're past the election, which was their dues increase,
Yeah.
which was a big thing, I mean, I'm not against looking into it. And
That's
trying to go forward with something with it, but I don't know where to start with.
And I don't know if this is accurate or not, but I heard that didn't Brookwood already absorb their half?
As far as I know, yes, because
I
on
don't know.
911 map, their half shows Brookwood now.
Well, it's always, if I'm not mistaken, shown to us and Brookwood meeting somewhere around,
Yeah, so
Christian Road or
on the
somewhere.
map, yeah, they basically put a line down the middle of Abernathy.
Yeah.
Their half used to just say Abernathy still, but it was the same color as Brookwood. And our half used to say Abernathy and it's the same color as ours, so they could differentiate who went to where. Now their half doesn't say Abernathy, Brookwood's half now says Brookwood, so they've absorbed it in some form or fashion. Our half still shows Abernathy, just matches our color on 911 map where they know who to send.
So I think we need to start looking into that because.
But Brookwood doesn't have dues either, so they probably didn't annex nothing because they're ran by the city. They get their budget from the city.
So
They don't have fire dues, so
They're kind of.
it's a lot easier for them to absorb that on the mountain.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, they've got other avenues to simply absorb
Yeah.
that fire district.
We would have to do an actual annexation.
Yeah, and we probably need to start looking into that and take that.
Wouldn't Aberdeen have to do that? Start that?
We have to get a petition.
Wait, yeah.
And honestly, it probably won't be one annexation, more than, unless there's just overwhelming support to join the fire district in that section of Aberdeen.
Because I don't know that we could just do a vote like we did in the past and then vote on it, because it's not under us.
You know, they would have, what would have to happen, and we looked into this, basically, just like forming a city, the people in Abernathy would have to petition that they want to dissolve their district and annex into Lakeview, and they would have to have a vote. It would have nothing to do with us or anything else as long as we're willing to accept it. But they have to actually, we have to have a petition where they're asking us to absorb them, to take them in. Then we have to have a vote for them to say that they want to go ahead and dissolve their section and join us for the reason that their district is defunct. It's a little complicated, it's almost as bad as a city trying to join another city. But generally, depending on how much we need to have an assessment for how willing to come over they are. Because if you got a whole bunch of people on this side of town that really want to annex, and then a whole bunch of people over here that don't, what you do is you basically annex all of these people and as many of these as you can with guaranteed success. And that's where you start drawing your borders and start getting your petition, rather than risk having a failed vote by trying to do the whole thing all at once.
Aren't they getting free fire service right now?
They can get $3,000.
Yes, yes and no, because they're not paying for it, the county gives us money every year for
Yeah.
running that half. But that's money that Abernathy would have been getting anyway. Just like we get money every year from the county.
funds.
So, I mean, yes and
Yeah,
no.
but it isn't costing that homeowner anything.
No.
So why would they want to join?
Insurance, is a major concern.
Do you think, Marlon brought it up, do you think the county would do anything to help us? get started with that?
I reached out to Commissioner Tingle, and he said he needed to talk to Gail Foster, which was the former president of the fire board, and I don't know if that meeting's happened yet or not, so I think that'll be our next thing to readdress is see where that has gotten before we, because like Daniel said, they never dissolved the fire district officially. I mean, it's still an active fire district.
And that would be the big thing, because who was on that board that's still around?
Gail was one of them. Mr. Green, I think, is still alive.
Yeah.
And, I'm not sure who the other two, there was a
couple actually that was on the board, I don't know how that worked out.
Did Abernathy
A
ever
man and a
pay,
woman
did
that,
Abernathy ever pay dues?
Yeah. Not to us, but
No,
to
they
the
did
fire
for
district.
Abernathy.
But I wouldn't think that would matter though, because all of their board terms would be over.
it's still, I mean, it's not a defunct district though.
You know, and they're, because when we talk about annexing, then what's really happening is the people that are in a non-functional fire district are voting to de-annex in order to come in. That's why it's about 14 times as complicated as just absorbing people.
Yeah.
We'll just have to dig into it a little bit more, see where, get some traction. What about the old business on the block repair, are we close to,
I just gotta call him and schedule it.
Schedule the repairs?
Yeah.
Okay.
So when, I don't remember his name now, so I'm gonna say it wrong. But when he came and paid the 500 of his part,
Yeah.
at that time, we didn't really have a lot in the account for me to call and say, hey, come fix it at that time. So we were waiting on some monies to come in. But I think after payroll next week, we'll probably call and schedule it. Just kind of see where we're at after that.
all right. Under, moving to new business, we had, the executive session, that was all pretty much the executive session. Do we have any other new business for this month?
Yes, sir, on the agenda, it says property insurance updates. We got,
No, yes.
communication from our insurance company. Our insurance renews August 1st, and then it's everything, the buildings, vehicles, liability, all stuff. We're only going up $69 from last year. I think some of our deductibles went up a little bit. The main reason I'm bringing this up is because they are asking for an aerial device certification. And they gave me a list of vendors that can provide the certification. We will need a copy of the test certificate and a complete copy of the test report. Due to the potential loss exposure that exists if the aerial device in question is not recertified, BFIS will delete this aerial vehicle from the policy if the certificate and copy of test report are not received. I think we all know that that truck ain't getting certified.
Did you find somebody to donate that thing to yet?
Nope.
We found a scrapyard that would love to crush it.
Nope. The only people I talked to about it was Brendan Mountain. I tried to get him to take it as a parts truck, and they wouldn't even do that.
Can we set it on fire and train the firefighters on how to get it apart?
That would break Brandon John's car.
I mean,
No, that'd
can we
be-
get some use out of it?
I don't know, I'm gonna talk with them again at Brindley and see what they think the best options are, but they wouldn't take it for themselves. I tried to get them to purchase it for a lesser amount as a parts truck.
Yeah, Rick Field.
They wouldn't even do that because a lot of the trucks nowadays, one, ain't that old, and two, that truck doesn't have the technology that all of them do now for them to replace stuff with. Everything now is computers and chips and screens.
Which is gonna break.
So literally ladder trucks today, you can get out and hit a button on the screen and it'll set itself. So that's the difference.
So, and that truck doesn't currently run, right?
No.
Well,
If the
that
insurance,
truck doesn't start running after August 1st.
Insurance is gonna drop it without aerial certification.
That's what I'm saying, they don't.
You got a question on the floor, go ahead.
So, if the truck's not worth it, you can't get rid of it. Does it matter whether it's insured or not?
Yeah, I'll just bring it to the board's attention.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's what they're saying, is without an aerial certification, they're gonna drop it off the policy.
Yeah.
But we can't get it certified because it doesn't run, even if it did run, the fly section of the ladder doesn't work anyway, because the turntable broke.
It's actually the
So if it's
cylinder.
horrible, it's not letting it go.
That's one of the bolts.
Take it to a scrap.
Yeah.
Why can't you take it to a scrap area?
Cause they won't run.
How you gonna get it there?
Haul it, tow it. Tow it.
What you're gonna get in and scrap, what you're gonna get in and scrap money's probably gonna pay for the tow booth.
Then it's gone.
We're gonna get empty space.
I know it's been sitting for a while, but do we know what it might take just to get it running enough to take it to a scrapyard, or not without looking?
You're looking over $1,000
exclusive Birmingham.
you're looking over $1,000 just in batteries.
We borrow some.
Cause that truck has 6 batteries in it, so.
Well, we know what's gonna happen with the insurance.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Any other new business? Alright,
Make a motion adjourn.
that's where we're at. Got a motion on the floor to adjourn. Seconded by Daniel. All in favor?
Alright.